Okay, since we got disrupted here for part 2, we know that he came in as Eshu, so he's doing underlying things. He's going out, doing whatever he wants to. He's enjoying his life. But there is a 5 of Earth here, so someone feels left out. Someone feels that they're no longer part of the situation. Maybe he felt like he was no longer part of his family. Maybe he felt like he didn't want to be part of his family. Maybe she felt like she was an outcast by him. He broke her heart and she felt like an outcast. And there is the 4 of water here, 4 of cups, and she's hoping and wondering, you know, she doesn't want him to leave. Okay, so the story goes that she doesn't want him to leave. There's the 4 of cups. Okay, and the outcast in reverse, she doesn't want him to do his own things. She knew, she got the 9 of kind of like the 9 of fire in reverse, 9 of wands. She didn't feel like the wounded warrior, and she wasn't going to be the wounded warrior. She was standing up for herself and trying to get him back, or get his attention back towards the family, I think it was. Okay, because the 9 of wands is in reverse here, right? But then we got the 6 of air. He wants to move forward in peace, and she wants to move forward in peace with him. Okay, she wanted peace with him. Okay, he took it upon himself to do whatever he wants. Okay, he wants to go on and do whatever he feels like here. Okay, he is coming in with the black cat, so he has ulterior motives, and he's out and about at night. Okay, we got the 5 of earth, 5 of pentacles. So he was feeling far from his family. He wasn't feeling like he was part of the unit. She was feeling like she was left out, maybe, possibly felt like he was doing his own thing. She didn't want him to leave. There's something here about him not leaving. There's also 4 of air, 4 of swords, 4 of swords. So the 4 of swords is someone feeling held back by this family, this group, this unit, maybe. Feeling like they have a heavy burden. Could have been him. He felt like he had a heavy burden in the situation, and because of this heavy burden, we got the death card after that. Okay, so the death card came out after this man who feels like he has a heavy burden and he wants to cut himself away from this burden. Okay, then we have, okay, we have the 4 of pentacles, trying to hold on to his finances, his money, or trying to hold on possibly to regain his stability, because he feels like there's a burden here or a situation and he doesn't want to deal with that burden. Okay, he wants to bring stability to himself, and he doesn't want to deal with these burdens. His family was a burden to him once he found a new relationship, it looks like. Messages of water is messages of emotions, of feelings. She could have still been trying to hold on to him, hold on to what, you know, to what they had, and she was heartbroken by it. Okay, definitely there's multiple people under the influence here, definitely, because we have Esho, and he's a drinker. He's about having drugs and things like that. He's walking the streets. He's doing whatever he feels like. The black cat is supposed to be good, but in this energy, it comes out as being disruptive, especially having the 5 of pentacles with it, and then the 6 of air, the 6 of swords on the side. Someone is trying to move forward in peace, even though there's a lot going on here. Okay, so there is a lot of arguments, disagreements, fights, and a lot going on here. The death card does show up because someone has a heavy burden here, or feels like they have a heavy burden. What that means, I don't know. I'm not going to take it any further than that. Okay, but death is here, and death is saying someone had a heavy burden here, or felt like they were being pushed into a place they didn't want to be. And it's him. He didn't want to be pushed into this place, or with his family unit, or deal with this family unit. He didn't want to. And he felt stuck because she still felt emotions for him, and she was still holding on to him. I don't know if that's any true, but it seems like she was still holding on to the fact of them being a family, and to the fact that she still had feelings for him, and he did things in his while he was married to her. So whatever they saying that he didn't, he did. He was having affairs. This is what I see here, and this is for entertainment purposes. This is what is showing. The affair happened while the marriage, and that's why it caused the heartbreak. There was a lot of heated messages between them. She was sending him text messages. She was calling him. There was arguments. There was fights because she didn't want him to continue to go out. The outcast is in reverse. Outcast is someone who's doing their own thing, right? It's in reverse after the moon. So she found out about him doing whatever he wants to do, and she didn't want him to do this. She didn't want him to go out. She wanted to hold on to this. She didn't want to. She was going to continue to fight for it. She was continuing to fight for her relationship, because we got the Nine of Wands in reverse. Nine of Wands is a wounded warrior and giving up. She was not giving up. Okay, she was not giving up. The Six of Swords, she wanted peace with him, but he kept on doing his own thing. He felt a burden by this, and that's why the Death card is here. He wanted to take full control of the situation, and she was in her emotions a lot in regards to, she was looking back. She was looking back. She knew what he was doing. She was looking back at him, and she felt very emotional, and she wanted him. You can see this card here. You see that woman looking back? She's looking back at him. She knows exactly what he was doing. She knows. She knew what he was doing. Okay. She knew that he was trying to get away. He was trying to build his own life. Okay. She knew that he wanted full control of everything. She knew already. Okay. And so this is, the Death card is here because of that. Make it out to what you want to make it out. But it seems like he started the problem. She didn't want him to leave. That's what I'm getting here, okay? Let's get some clarifiers very quickly. So we're going to ask God, universe, the angels. Yeah, she wanted the stability of the home. She didn't want this to go. She didn't want the home to go. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's shuffle these cards. We're going to shuffle these 3 times because these are just clarifiers. This is the first shuffle. And we're going to ask God, universe, to give us the messages we need to receive. So Death card is here. Someone felt burdened, and they took it upon themselves to do what they needed to do. Look at him walking on these hot rocks, right? It's like, yeah, I'm going to walk on these hot rocks. Yeah, I'm going to do what I need to do, because I don't want to be part of these burdens or this issue or this burden. He didn't want to be part of this burden. He wanted to end this burden or this situation. He didn't want to be part of it anymore. He had moved on from it. She was holding on to him. Third shuffle. Why is the 8 of Fire here? Why is the 8 of Wands here? Show me. Ace of Cups, because of love. Arguments, disagreements, Ace of Cups in the sideways. Things weren't happening right when it came to their relationship commitments. Why is the messages of fire here? Why is the message of fire here? Why is the messages of fire here? Who was causing the messages of fire? Who was causing these arguments, disagreements? What was happening here? Who was causing the arguments and disagreements? The Queen of Cups. She was upset. She was angry. She wasn't happy with the situation. We got the Queen of Cups. She was very much in her own emotions. She was overwhelmed by her emotions. Who has the Moon card here with the broken heart? Who has the Moon card here with the broken heart? Who has the sword in their heart? Who has the sword in their heart, please? Who caused the sword in their heart? Someone who felt like an outcast. Someone who felt like they weren't part of this anymore. Who felt like someone had let them go, or someone made them feel like an outcast. Could have been that he made her feel like an outcast, or made her feel like she was no longer part of his life. And she felt like an outcast. She was really trying to hold on to the situation. Why is the outcast here in reverse? Why is the outcast here in reverse? So someone felt left out. 5 of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold, right? Feeling like things aren't happening. Trying to understand the situation and why. She already knew exactly why. Why is the outcast here? Why is the outcast here? The outcast is here because of a new beginning. She didn't want him to have a new beginning. 3 of Wands. He was planning his future elsewhere. And she didn't want that. That's why the outcast in reverse. She did not want him to leave. She didn't want to end this situation with him. Why is the 4 of Water in reverse? Why is the 4 of Water? She wanted to hold on to him, you know. But she knew that it was hard to hold on to him. She didn't want to be the one, you know. She wanted to continue to fight for this. What else is here? Why is the 4 of Wands? Let's see. And then I got to make a third. Because of the Ace of Wands, she still had passionate energy towards him. She still wanted to work on the situation. She still wanted to work on their relationship.